It's nice to have you again join us on the show, Conversations. My name is Elizabeth, and 2025 is 3 weeks gone already. You will not believe it. In fact, we've actually got into the 4th week, and this is that time when we begin to shout, oh, January is too long. It's the longest month. And then some people will also tell you, I am so broke. When are they going to pay us? When am I going to make money? And all of that. But I tell you, a lot of these things come because of the activities we had last month, last year. 30 December is a word or a phrase that has come to stick on. And it comes so because it looks as if it's a weekend, extended weekend with all high-powered activities taking place. Most of us spend without thinking. Most of us spend without planning. Interestingly, just like the coin, there are always two sides. Some people are spending, some people are earning. I don't know which one you are. I'm not even sure where I am, but I just know that just like you, I am broke. And I'm not sure I had a good, dirty December, thinking about what is in my pockets. The whole idea today is to find out who are the gainers, who are the losers, how did they make it? And very importantly, how do you and I, plan, strategize to ensure that come December this year, we too will be one of the gainers as much as we spend. I already told you my name, and I know that Joy is in the house. Joy.
My name is Joy Okwanachi, and it's good to be here this morning.
All right. Joy, I'm just curious to know,
Yes.
were you one of the spenders, and how did you spend Christmas?
I think I was both. I spent and I made money.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I did.
Oh, wow. Please, where's that address again?
December for me was fun. I didn't want it to end. Before Christmas, I had issues. But after Christmas, I had fun because I made money. If you ask me, how did I make money? Like what I'm wearing. Nigerian.
Oh wow! You were designing clothes.
I wasn't even interested in making clothes for Nigerians who live here. I was more keen on making my money through Nigerians who were at the diaspora.
You're going to share the experience
yes,
and how you made it for us.
Oh yes.
And when I went to an Instagram, I kept seeing your pictures. You have this rhythm that you always play, Albabola.
Because that's the thing. Most of the Nigerians who are at the diaspora, they love the song. The Nigerians here love the song. And when you do reels, they always tell you to put the fast music. And that's the fun about Nigeria. Mm-hmm. We're using our own music too.
Everything sells.
And like now, Joy is coming.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's the new song.
Joy.
Joy is coming.
It
was sung by Fido in Nigeria.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Coming.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
And that's you coming. I was wondering if you were sitting there. Anyway, Coach Detty.
My name is
People were planning Christmas and New Year and end of year celebration. This woman was planning how to make money. We're going to explain it to us. What did you do?
My name is Maimuna Umi Abdullah, a.k.a. Coach Detty. I didn't make money. They are saying on national TV, they will be sending me requests and begging for money. I didn't make much money. I swear, I'm a hustler. I'm just hustling. We thank God, though, because end of the year, we do a lot of trainings, but I didn't make much money. See? And let me move from Joy's side. Because all my relatives now will say,
it's not true. I was seeing you all over the place. You were making money.
Small. My dear sister, small. On national TV. And honestly, what I did throughout December and then early this year, I do goal-setting class with a twist for women. I include mental health awareness, cognitive behavioral therapy, as well as neuro-linguistic programming, because I see most people make new year resolutions, but it just ends in their lips, and nothing happens. So bringing in mindset and being intentional about goal setting, it's key. So basically, that's what I did.
Okay, I haven't actually made New Year resolution, for a very long time, but now you're saying it. I think I want to make more, or one, this year, which is to be the spender and the earner come this year. But then, let's see, 30 December is something that a lot of people keep wondering, what does it all mean? We have one more guest who is with us, but you'll get to meet him after this time. Let's get to find out overview of 30 December. Detty December refers to the festive period at the end of a year in Nigeria, typically from mid-December through the new year. It is a time of vibrant celebrations, social gatherings, parties, and festivity characterized by high energy, excitement, and optimism. It is a time when many Nigerians, both within and outside the country, return home to celebrate with families and friends. The term Detty is a corrupt version of the word dirty, implying festivities and celebrations with no restraint during the season. The origin of the term is unclear. Some claim that the celebration started after the 2004 Calabar Carnival, which was called Africa's Biggest Street Party by Donald Duke, a former governor of Cross River State. According to Nigerian magazine Bella Niger and The Guardian Nigeria, Mr. Easy, a Nigerian musical star, popularized the term when he used it as a hashtag for his concert in Lagos in 2016. Mr. Easy also went on to trademark the term. Detty December is a term often used by members of Nigerian in diaspora who have recently returned home. These returnees are also nicknamed IJGBs, an acronym standing for I Just Got Back. They always come in with a heavy spending power, helping to make it even dirtier. The World Bank reports that the remittance for the Nigerian diaspora during this period accounts for 4% of the Nigerians' GDP and shows significant spending power when the expatriates come back home. While Detty December is mostly associated with the cities, many of the returnees also use the opportunity to visit their villages to celebrate the holiday and other activities. However, it is crucial to highlight that Detty December primarily focuses on urban cities visited by Nigerians in diaspora for festivities. Lagos, a city with a rich history of Owambe and a thriving entertainment industry, is often considered the face of Detty December, then Abuja, Calabar, and Port Harcourt. Throughout this significant social calendar, a multitude of diverse events take place, ranging from house parties, street carnivals, beach hangouts, to concerts, weddings, nightclub gatherings, and more. Among these, the December concerts stand out prominently as one of the most pivotal events, drawing numerous musical artists and organizations to host performance during this period. Notably, these year-end concerts are not exclusive to renowned musical entities. Various businesses, state governments, and even federal departments also curate concerts. This trend results in substantial earnings for Nigerian artists, akin to the magnitude of Super Bowl as articulated by Afrobeat star Davido. Moreover, the influx of Nigerian diaspora back home during December prompts the staging of weddings strategically synchronized with the congregation of friends and families for Christmas celebrations. These weddings often span entire days, culminating in lively party after party. Detty December. I always enjoy it when the foreigners dance to our, rhythm. And I could see how he was gyrating, doing it like he's doing a waltz, in a ballroom dance. Anyway, we did mention that we have another guest who is with us, and from the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, in the person of Honorable Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sununu, Honorable Minister of State. It's nice having you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. I will not ask you what you did for Christmas or for Detty December, because I know yours will not be that dirty. You're the one taking care of all of us to ensure that we spend and think right at the same time. But seeing what the people have actually displayed as Dirty December in the overview. I'd like to know, as the Honorable Minister states, in a ministry that concerns people with their economy, what's your take on the way we spend during this period?
Well, thank you very much once again for having me here in this program. Well, the problem is all about having a holistic view of your life vis-a-vis strengths, weaknesses, and how do you adjust to ensure that you plan that will give you or save you or prepare you for a rainy day in the future. And this is where a lot of people run into problems. If all your earning for the particular year and the saving you have, just for entertainment of about 5 to 6 hours, you burnt it down completely. And then tomorrow when you are going back to your state of work, if you have gone to your village, you have to beg people to see how you can transport yourself back. When you come, taking back to pay school fees is another problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how much you are due to pay for your rent, all these now become another issues that you have to follow people. I don't think that celebration to that extent is worth it. So for me, what I would say is plan your entertainment and whatever deal you are going to have according to your court. You see, somebody may go and spend 100 millions. For him, it's not because of his label, may not be that much to him. But however, even at that level, the best way to spend it, that 100,000, spend 10 million, share to the needy neighbors, relatives, and other people the 90 million. That would have been better.
Sure.
Another man will go and spend 500,000, and he remain in that circumstances of uneasiness for over 6 to 7 months, because he has spent almost 80% of his capital. So it's a problem. It's not only yearly celebration. There are a lot of issues. Let's look at marriage now. We've seen a situation where family will go into a very flamboyant celebration, borrowing from there, borrowing from there, borrowing from there. After the period of 6 months, all that has been collected and then donated by the parent, and everybody has finished. It now becomes a quarrel in the family because of an issue. It was built in a foundation that may not last. Because you have shown that, you have displayed that affluence that definitely, critically looking at it, you cannot sustain it. So misunderstanding will come, and the thinking of deception will now be coming. So this is the problem we have. People tend to deceive themselves, and then the idea also I must show up that have arrived. It's also another issue among the youth, that you must do what your counterpart is doing, or you must even outshine him for you to get that popularity in public, forgetting that even your fingers are not the same.
Sure.
Which is also a lesson. Always when you come, you pick your fingers to your mouth, you look at their length, and they are not equal. So it means you got to show you that, please, define your life, design it the way you want, because you are always being taught that things are not equal by your finger when you look at it, when you do everything. So I think that's my decision. But whatever is the case, I will want to say that what we have now in the current situation, not only in Nigeria, globally, is to be our brothers keepers by improving our ability to share the little we have. You see, we've seen a lot about this. Look at the doctors without borders. There are a group of doctors and many other philanthropists that say, oh, we have excess, let's put it in the pool. Let's see how we can touch the life of the world by imparting positively. And through what? Reducing the excess of our expenditure to move it to other this. You've seen somebody that will just come and in December organize a party for the whole town. And once he goes, the children there cannot go to school. What if you say, okay, this year I'm not going to do that party that I used to do? but I'll pay the school fees of all your children. It makes a lot of difference. And by this, we are also inculcating another habit individual that once they grow, they knew that somebody has touched his life. For example, when I was a medical student, I have a philanthropist in Yahoo, we call him Alhaji Umar Takanika, offered me a scholarship. And I've gone through that scholarship. And when I graduated and even at this stable position, I said, look, I must also pay back.
And you did something?
And through that, I have to, yes.
Okay.
For example, when I was in the House of virtually all the female in university, in my constituencies, are under scholarship.
Wow.
So you understand, because when I was asked why this, I said, look, I've enjoyed it. So why should I now not pay back to my this? So I think this is the way we have to go so that we can adjust our social values. We can also adjust and reduce envy. When you come, somebody is not happy with how you display. Next time when you are coming, may likely be targeting you. You have also exposed yourself. You have also exposed yourself to generality of people. You understand? You see a lot of funny things happening. But I think what is needed is for us to build strongly on our humanitarian character that is innate on us, so that we know that we can touch life of others.
True. You know, while you were talking, for almost every sentence you made, something came to my head. You know, stories I heard this period. A lady who got married on 26th, you know, moved out of the marriage on 27th, and I was asking why. The next day.
Wow.
You know, so the problem was, at the point of doing the wedding, they had borrowed a lot of money from here and there. But the mother-in-law felt she had the, you know, biggest stake, you know, in the wedding, you know, financially speaking. So, you know how you dance, money is given to the people. And usually it's for the couple. The mother-in-law packed the whole money and went home. And it was the mother of the girl. The husband said, bring back our money. It's my money. The woman said, no, you people took a lot of things from me. This is what I'm going to use to start again. And the girl supported the mother. Small time argument started, and she was beaten. That's how the marriage ended. And I wonder what would have happened if they didn't do those flamboyant weddings. You know, I don't know, have you had,
during the Detty December, many people who live at the diaspora always tend to come back to for weddings. Then they like to come with their friends. And I noticed something, and I've always said it. Parents should stop it. It's not their wedding. That is, you see, that is the foundation of where we're having a problem. They want to, what they didn't do for their own wedding.
They cannot afford it.
They now want to do it for their kids' wedding. Why would you go and borrow? Let's even start. The Ashwebi issue is driving me nuts. They are doing Ashwebi in pounds.
Yeah, is a wedding. Is a wedding in England?
No, it's here.
It's wedding in Abuja.
It's here.
She's a tailor now, so she does that. So, and that's why she said she has made money.
Okay, she made it in pounds.
Not really. See, the wedding, it's here. And they're saying 200, it's just 250 pounds. And I'm like, let's convert. So we that are here always convert. They that are there don't have a problem. So if you start the wedding based on, I have to buy a shebi for 250 pounds. We have not started yet. You have not made, in Abuja, if you want to make a beautiful dress, you can't get it less than 50,000. So 250 pounds, let's start to calculate. You are hitting close to 500 and something. Then, so with the sewing and everything, it's 600. In Abuja, the cheapest makeup these days is 75,000. It's madness. So when you see all these things, then what of the food, the plate of food?
You know you're talking, I'm looking at my salary. Okay, how many months' salary can fit into
That's
all
it.
this? But go ahead.
So why would you have events that after the events, you're waiting for people to spray you? Now they bring the money, it's not up to the money that you have borrowed. So the foundation is already shaky. And the thing is that you spend more money after the wedding. Because why? You have to buy some things in the house. We're not like the Muslims who they give them the things before they get married. With ours, you now have to
Is that
start
what
building.
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Let
what
happen
yeah.
so I can bring
That's what
groceries,
happens
yeah.
with them. So they're lucky.
Women buy most of the
Yeah,
stuff.
they're very lucky, But with us, that is why many homes have problems. Now people have spent money, dirty December, no school fees. Now there's house rent. So there are too many things happening. And we have to, dirty December has the good side and it has the bad side. I benefited from dirty December, but it's not about me. It's about the percentage of Nigerians
Who didn't?
who are going. There's so much going on now. I don't pick numbers. I don't know. I don't pick numbers. I don't know.
Maybe you said
numbers-
on national TV that you made money.
Phone calls.
No, even the numbers.
More
that-
calls will come. More
More calls, I'm telling you.
even numbers. You see, the money I made, I've put it in back into my business. So there's no cash anymore. So anybody that is looking for me, too bad.
I would add that, you see, I have always had these conversations. Yeah, like you said, I'm a Muslim from northern Nigeria, and I have talked to many of my friends. We all have kids who are grown up. Our kids are in their early 20s. And I see the investment they make in weddings. Like she said, the northern Muslim family is the parents of the bride that spend a lot, because what they buy for the household, beds, cooking utensils, appliances, and I ask my friend.
Oh, that's pretty much like my village.
Yes,
too.
the man just gets the home. A
And
house,
the
and
man
then it's
gets
the woman that will
empty
furnish
place.
everything.
Yes, that's what happens to my kids.
And I'm
you think it's
advocating.
wrong?
Yes, I believe it's
Oh,
wrong as
wow.
well. I'm advocating against it because, to be honest, that is the reason. I believe that's one of the reasons why the divorce rate in northern Nigeria is high. One of the reasons, because a man really doesn't have to suffer to bring a wife into
losing
his home.
anything.
You don't lose anything. She moves, and then another woman will come and furnish the house for you. But that's not even the conversation. The conversation is, I see women who are buying warmers as per warmer, where then they put food.
Yeah.
1 million naira, 500,000 for a child who is 20 or 21 who has never earned 100,000 in her life.
Thank you.
She has not. I tell them she never reached to use warmer. Will be 500K.
Yes.
If
That's
you can afford
part
to
of
do
the
it.
wedding gift?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You are buying bone china plates, 500,000. A set of bone china plates about 500,000 for a child who has not earned $1 million in her life. If you can afford to do it for yourself,
No problem.
yes, because over the years, 20, 30 years, you put in work and you can afford
Now,
it.
my question is, if there is divorce, we don't pray for it.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to pack all these things?
It would have been dead by then. And you see, that's the point.
okay.
You get married 10, 15 years later, everything has diminished. Everything has diminished. Instead of you to invest in your daughter, take her to a good school. Teach her, send her to, and I'm going to say market, personal development coaching.
Yeah.
So that she can empower herself, empower her mind, and have self-esteem. And give her a quarter of that money to start a business.
Yeah.
Because everything you buy, the sofa, the bed, it depreciates. In 10 years, everything is gone.
No second.
Bone china don't break. Warmers don't break. And they don't even appreciate it because they didn't earn it.
Yeah.
When I tell my daughter, I said, you're so entitled. She said, Didi, why you always say we're entitled? I said, because the kids of today, they believe they deserve everything. They don't have to earn it. And it's our fault as parents. They don't earn anything. We want to give them the best life. And I'm not saying I don't love my children before they see it online. I love them. But I believe my kids should earn what they deserve. I don't believe we should invest millions of naira to do wedding, to furnish house for a couple that cannot afford it.
Yeah.
They have not done anything to earn it. If you can afford to do it right now in your life, because after 20, 30 years of your life, you earned it. Our kids should also start from the bottom. And I'm really advocating in northern Nigeria, we should stop furnishing house for men. Honestly, I know they will say I want to make
Well, I think it's actually it's more or less of cultural than religious.
Yes, it's cultural. No, it's
we all
cultural.
know what are the basic rights of marriage. You understand? You see, it's all about cultural assimilation. Premarital pictures, wedding, dinner, wasn't here before.
Yes. Yeah.
But now you see, if you've gone, even where the hall itself
Yes.
is enough to serve
I
as a
agree with
capital
you. Yes.
for some of those couples.
Yes.
Yes.
You understand? And definitely, you know, I quite agree that what we do in our own culture,
Yeah.
that I even had one of the imam yesterday. I saw it in social media. I don't know when he has delivered that sermon.
Yeah.
That him is surprising. Why should I buy bed to the person that's marrying my daughter? You understand? But all this becomes cultural rather than practices of this thing. And it's also really is cultural assimilation. There are cultures that are more or less in the northern part of Nigeria that are now coming and getting access in the southern part. And there's also that of the southern part that are also coming into the northern part. You understand? All this is because the world is becoming global village. We have so much to show on social media. People want to see, oh, this is now flamboyant. And this in thanks to EFCC and many other security organizations that has brought the sanity. That once you spray, you also
has it?
This thing. Yeah, it has.
Relatively, yeah, it has relatively.
It has improved. I'm telling you. No. Let's look at.
I didn't go
Even
first, but I
let
saw
me tell you
a
one
lot of
thing.
it.
Even the traditional states that normally do that,
Yeah.
now when they bring a big
they,
this, people now
basket
be
or something, they put it
inside.
Now
inside.
they don't even do that. They,
Yeah.
they give you in bundle.
Yes.
No, so you're holding it in bundle.
Yeah, you put it
it's
inside,
better.
but you have not been
That's for the
spraying.
Ababolas,
You have
you
not
know.
been spraying so that people will be matching on the currency of the
Yeah.
nation.
So at least that's
At least I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's good. I'm not
Okay.
saying it's good, but that I'm saying at least there are sanity.
Yeah.
And it means if gradually we are to be implementing rules of law as advocated by the president and in the 8-point agenda, definitely things will get better. But actually, let's also see, we have the highest burden of poverty.
Yeah.
But most of our poverty are man-made in terms of the way we present ourselves, in terms of the way we do things. Yes, you see a family that cannot boast of 5 million, spending 8 million in wedding.
Yeah.
Now, it means that they have a deficit of 3 million. And now they have no capital to pay back that 3 million after the wedding. So, and you see a lot of people going to live, people migrating, living place, and increasing the number of internally displaced persons because of the outcome of a wedding you have conducted in yourself. But also we have seen rich people, even here in Hausa land. I would just say, okay, the marriage has been consummated, everybody agree, come, enter my car, I'll take you to your husband's house. And you go and drop it and listen. And most essentially, that marriage lasts long.
True.
But sir, I just saw one on Saturday.
Yeah.
To even rent a place at 10 million.
To rent a home,
rent a- yeah.
I think government should come into this
I'm not
things.
gonna.
I mean, why would
I will not call the name. And it's amazing that people in government were the ones that used the place. I felt a bit. I felt a bit. It was so insensitive.
And to think I was saying
Yeah.
government should come in and
No, it's here. We all know. Yeah, and the only people that have been using the place, except the last one that just happened on a Saturday, it was practically people that were in government. My mouth was open because what I saw, and you know, this is what I'm saying. I keep telling people, the poverty rate in Nigeria is getting really high.
Yeah.
And I say it that the rich are now not sleeping because something is wrong. Because the poor people are seeing, because when you go to that place, there's some people that are standing there who can eat. So they are seeing all this affluence and everything in the same country that there's nothing.
Yeah,
And-
there's something. There's something. This country, there's something.
there's
no,
something
I'm not
like
saying,
that.
what I mean is the ratio.
Yeah.
We're not going to say, let's put the ratio there. You see, I always say that I come on TV, I'm not going to lie,
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend stuff is happening. But the thing now is, at the rate that we're spending, look at the rents in Abuja. It's
terrible.
gone 100%.
It's terrible.
So you
Well,
see,
a lady just
yeah.
paid for a self-con yesterday. I have the receipt because she sent it to me. Self-con
Yeah.
in zone 5, 2.3 million.
Okay, tell me.
It's not
How
one
much
bedroom.
are you earning? So you see, there are things we have to sit down and do. Then let us not be coming on TV and just be saying, oh my God, you know, things are getting better, all that. Things are not getting better.
A lot of times is our problem. Somebody
There are things that are getting better, but not that you this thing. But what you are trying to say is quite all right, is that we should begin to moderate our life.
Yeah.
I agree.
And we must also have that human nature.
Yeah.
When you moderate, you have access to share with others. And when you share that with others, you also earn a reputation. You understand? A lot of things that do happen. Look at how even people go about this. So for me, I think it's the NOAA, NTA, and many organizations need to bring this into fore.
Yeah.
And it's also another way of promoting insecurity in the country, most especially among the youth.
Yeah.
I must perform what others are. Oh, you have seen this best wedding. My own must pass that.
Yeah.
And when actually, if you ask him, what are your investment? What are your sources? No, forget it. You understand? Now you see, you don't know where his money was, there or anywhere he's getting the money, but he lavish money, and you want this thing. So the whole issue is that our role modelship has changed.
Yes, true. I agree.
Yes,
Absolutely.
for that there been of morality and this thing and uprightness. Now it's been how much can I show up?
Are the parents doing their job?
Parents are in the job now. A lot of this.
Parents are not doing the job.
No, parents are contributing.
Okay.
Yes, they are contributing. There are many factors.
They are contributing.
I'm sorry to say now, a lot of this. You see, if there's going to be a wedding and then you have spent 50 million in some families, if the husband said no, you may end up having two issues. The wedding will not hold, and there also be divorced. Because the mother will insist that's happened. And we have seen a lot of cases like that.
Will my own be different?
So these are issues.
My own will not be different. Anyway, let's quickly see. Somebody wrote a question here. He said, this last Christmas, I have seen it all. A lady came from Abuja to Lagos to enjoy Detty December, and she said she didn't have a place to stay. I offered to keep her in my place at a fee, 30,000 naira a night. She paid the first 2 days. After that, she didn't pay and promised to pay at the end of the day, and she never paid. Before she left, I told her two things. Is either I sleep with her, wow.
Why would you?
Is either I sleep with her, collect my money in kind, or she gives me my money, otherwise she will not go. She eventually went with my option A. Right now, she's calling me she's pregnant. What do I do?
You see, it's things like this that really drive me nuts. Because in the first place, if you didn't have money, you were
what are you going to Lagos to do?
You are going to Lagos.
I don't get money.
The first thing you're supposed to think about is, do I have money for accommodation, or do I have money with a friend or do I have a place that I can stay for free? But you see, like I always tell people, nothing is free. Because
there's no free
even
in Freetown.
Because for you to go to the opposite sex, to go stay with him,
a stranger.
You see, maybe he's not a stranger, maybe he's just a friend.
They must have known. How did you get
now? The basic thing is that they always advise us to use a condom.
Why do you even need to do it?
No, he gave the option. He gave the option. So the point here is that she's pregnant. So the thing now is that, Mr. Man, why didn't you use a condom? So you see, our values have it's just messed up. Okay, now you're talking about accommodation. Do you know that Nigerians in the diaspora came to Nigeria for Detty December, and they used their cards, those phone cards, that the money does not revert immediately. And guess what? There are no money in the funds, in the cards. So now, even the people in Lagos who thought they were getting Forex, they were playing the fast one.
Wow.
So it's not about this man not having his money. So many people who had business in Lagos too, they got defrauded.
Let me add something. You see, as parents, I shudder to think about how the way we are raising our kids today, to be honest, because I have this and it's just playing in my head because I have daughters.
You
see, the fact that we have lost our morals in our society, that today that these are things that are so normal, because we have made fornication and adultery normal in our society. You cannot afford to go to Lagos. Why the hell are you going to Lagos? Why would you stay in a man's house? You see, well, I remember as a child in my secondary school, my principal, believe me, and this is something that has been in my subconscious mind. Every day during assembly, she would say, if you are in a room with a man that is not your brother, your father, something must happen. She said it up to so many years that it's ingrained.
Even with your father.
But at least at that time, you know. Now you go to, and it's okay for you to go and stay with a man. You will not look for your friend, your sister, or a woman to go and stay with. You actually stay with a man, and you expect. I don't know what we're going to do, because you see, the fact that today women have lost all sense of shame.
Yeah.
You
We
know,
have to bring back shame.
This same thing you're talking about, it's really painful because without meaning to take it away from Detty December, on regular basis, we have core members.
Yeah.
We have interns.
Yeah.
They aspire to come to Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt,
Yeah.
and
If
they
you
don't
have
know
where you're
anybody.
staying,
And
don't do it.
it's not like you were posted there. They go and influence their posting to these cities. And then they come in, they start begging somebody to stay with the person.
Do you know,
and something happens, you blame the person.
No, can I chip in? During, I think it was last week, we had this situation that, to me, I still can't sleep because I cannot imagine how humans have become inhuman. How you have a friend and you yank her off, you remove the bones, you debone them, then you eat the intestine and all that.
What are you talking about?
Oh, yes.
A human being?
Yeah, it happened. And you know, there was
Is
something...
it literally speaking or your...
Excuse me, it's everywhere on social
I
media.
haven't seen it.
Excuse me. And you know the sad part here,
Somebody ate a human being?
his girlfriend.
Oh, Jesus.
And you see, let me tell you where it got to me. He just said she was following another man, so I yanked her. I caught her. You know, it was so easy for him to say. Even when I was watching, he was proving it was insanity, but I think it's very normal. Where I'm going
But,
at
but in
is-
all this issue,
Yeah.
what is the unifying factor?
No, sir, that's why I'm
What
trying...
be it
I'm
drug
trying-
related?
No, I'm trying to say, trying to say that parents, I've said it, parents are not intentional. Okay, now, everybody around that place say they know the girl. She's been dating the guy for a year. The family is saying they don't know the guy. The sisters are saying they don't know the guy. Why is it these days that girls think it is safe for you to date men that your family does not know? Anywhere I go, I put my location. I send my location.
Do you know, even as an
I
adult,
send at my
as an
age,
adult, I am the mom.
I
I
send-
send my location
That's
up
it.
to everybody in the house.
That's it.
And if I get to a place, I'm going to call and tell you I'm there. And you
That's
will
it.
hear the ambience of where I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Because
tell you where I'm going.
protecting myself.
It is
I just
very-
say this is
if-
where I'm going. That's
For us at our age, I think we're a bit smarter. We're sending locations. I'm telling people, my mom knows everywhere I go to. If I take an Uber, she gets where I'm going to.
She can eat
so
it.
now I was watching it, and they were arguing how, she took a keke, so the guy just kidnapped her, and blah 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 blah. It's a lie. I've said it that if parents are not intentional, even the kids themselves, I don't know what they're looking for.
Joy, we're going
What
to
for
have
me,
to
I
look at
think,
that
is that
deeply.
we lost it in the sense that instead of tripling or quadrupling our ability as parents,
Yes.
we go down. You see, we have two parents now, whether we agree or not. What is that? Biological parents,
Parents
and social media as a parent.
Yeah, I agree.
Which one is the mother? Which one is the father? Which one is the mother?
You understand? So wherever you put it, the more you work hard,
Yeah.
you have to triple your effort. Otherwise, the parentage of the social media
It's
will
always
always
stronger.
bring down what you have done in 5 years, in 5 hours.
Okay.
You understand? So what this goes means that is also we have to also control and monitor what are our activities of our children.
All right. You
You
know,
understand?
sir,
So that at least with that, most likely you may get some control.
I think the
And
girl
also we have to
child,
be
the
prayerful.
girl child should try to empower
knows-
themselves.
he knows-
Because guess what? She said she asked me for 3,000 naira, and she was talking to some other man.
And teach the boy child to have sense.
Okay,
It's not always about sex.
I think with this issue we have to
No,
look at
but you
it
see,
very
the other
closely.
issue is that how do you exclude drug in that such kind of circumstances?
There's usually drugs.
Is 3,000 or talking about worth somebody's life and eating the flesh?
Yeah, it's that hurting.
You
He still
understand?
had the intestine in the port.
So, you see, so if that's this, it means that one, he has mental issues, and that mental issue will likely be
So
first
he
either
doesn't have, he
depression or
just wants to
He may
escape
have.
his insanity.
Okay, so
I don't agree.
let's go to Lagos a little bit and find out. We did mention that there are earners and there are losers, and it was amazing the research we got from Lagos
That was
alone.
too much.
Massive, huge earners. Let's see who they are. And when we come back, Honorable Minister will be queuing in to tell us how we too, because I want to be a big earner. But Director, you're ready. Let's take that. A lot of us believe Dirty December is a time to spend and spend and spend and keep spending. But have you asked Where does the money go? Trust me, as there are heavy spenders, so are there the heavy earners. Detty December 2024. Lagos Airport, MMA, cleared about 550,000 inbound passengers between November 19 and December 26, 2024, and 90% of the passengers were diasporas visiting majorly for leisure and tourism. They came majorly from US, Canada, Italy, South Africa, and the UK. The top 5 destination states were Lagos, Edo, Delta, Ondo, and Ogun states. Lagos recorded 1.2 million tourists. 60% were local tourists, majorly from Saudis and FCT. Insecurity in the southeast drove the numbers from the region, while the presence of President Tinubu in Lagos drove the numbers from FCT. Revenue from hotel bookings was estimated at 54 billion naira. Estimated food and beverage revenue from guests was 13.5 billion. The top 15 hotels by the approved standard generated 10.5 billion in booking. Eco Hotel ranked the highest by value, while Albego Hotel is the new kid on the block in the top ranking. Short-let apartment bookings was estimated at 21 billion naira, with 5,937 apartments booked in the month of December, with average rate of 120,000 naira per day. Eco Atlantic ranked the highest residential booking by value, while Banana Island ranked the highest estate booking by value. The top 15 lounge and nightclubs, one in Ikeja, one in Surulere, generated 4.32 billion naira in sales. Average daily sales were 360 million at an average spend of 1.2 million per table. The one that creates a show on Ozumbambadiwe Road ranked the highest, while the one with the kiosk entrance is a new kid on the block in the top ranking. The third on Adiola Odeku Road also ranked high in the top 15. The top 3 adult clubs generated a total of 2.5 billion in their 8 major nights each in December. 4.5 billion naira is the estimated revenue from other recreational activities, with beach and resort bookings accounting for 70% of this revenue. Ilaishe Ibesh Beach Houses and Ilagusi Beach Houses were the top 2 in revenue. Emerging players in this category are Giwa Gardens and Lakowe Lakes and Resort. 100 event centers surveyed earned 1.2 billion naira in bookings in December. Eco Hotel and Suites ranked the highest in revenue by value, while the Monarch Center emerged in the top ranking. Of the car rental survey in Ichiosa local government area, 1.5 billion naira was earned from 750 high-end car bookings at the average daily rate of 200,000 naira, with daily rates up to 2 million per day. Other recreational activities generated an estimated 20 billion, with top 6 categories being artist bookings, food and drinks, DJs and sound equipment, dancers, boat rentals, and fine dining. Ask me that question again.
I say in this country.
In this country.
And you are in the wrong
I
sector.
think I'm in the wrong, because I didn't know that they spend money like this.
Oh, yes.
You see, you're crying about money. See your mates.
No, but you know what? I have to give it to the government of Lagos State. We can say anything we want to say. You see those two, the Commissioner for Tourism, Toke Benson, and Idris Arigbe, SA Tourism to the governor. They have done a fantastic job.
We created venue.
You see what they did? There's a place in Lagos where it's like you're in Dubai.
Really?
Well, yeah. It's so beautiful, from water parks, and you know what they did family-oriented stuff, where the fathers, the mothers, the sisters, the fathers are doing something else, the mothers are doing something else, the kids are doing something else. I went to Abuja. There's a water parks in Abuja. To enter is 50,000.
Yes, sir.
I have not started anything to
I
enter.
see my sister.
So now we're looking, how much am I earning? How many kids do I have that just one person is 50,000? So what I think the people in Abuja should do, government, why don't you build something like that?
Yes.
And bring that to place.
Java people, tried it out last year, and they did a bit through this year.
Yeah.
They moved it from Transcorp to Old Parade Ground.
Okay.
And reduced the cost. Last year was expensive, but to get in last year was, I think, 8,000 or 10,000 for one.
The more the people, let's use Funke Akindele as as an example. Everybody loves Jennifer. Excuse me, the prices for the tickets are 10,000 naira. On a normal day when you go to the cinema, it's about 6,500, 7,000. But for her, she's doing, depending on the cinema itself, 10,000, 8,500. The more the people, the more you're making money. Just a Nigerian movie, 1.6 billion, I'm sure by the end of this week it's going to be 2 billion. So you know what, if you invest, and you, like she said, you must be a marketing strategist.
Okay.
You can't just do a film like that. If you put in money, you should be able to get money. And it's about how many people are watching it. What are you showing? What are you teaching every other normal Nigerian?
When we started, I did say that at the end of this today, I will be the big baller by December. And on that note, I'm moving on from two of you to the minister. So you're in charge of a lot of social investment from the humanitarian service the ministry. Would like to know, for those of us who are just trying to start this year, what does your ministry have in place for the common people like me to ensure that I build up until I have a real good dirty December?
Well, thank you very much, but putting yourself as one of those that will enter social register means that you are trying to deny Nigerians the access to the package that is designed for them, and that is what is against the rule of law. Yeah. So, but we have a lot of design for those. You see, there are characteristics of people that are supposed to be in social register. And the social register is not a place where you remain there permanently. There is entry, there is time to stay, and there must be exit. And actually, that's what we are now, what we are planning. Then that's why Mr. President has gone ahead to develop a system that will stand the test of time in developing criteria of who are supposed to be in that register and what do we need to do. When you are in that register, we are expected, first of all, to give you some humanitarian attention that will make you calm, you understand, so that you can be out of shock, and then provide you with a buffer that can assist you. And within that time, we should also be able to develop your skills so that we can empower your family as a household. And then immediately you are set to move, we move you, we get you settled, rehabilitated, and then integrated to provide those services.
That's a good
And before now, the ministry has suffered a lot of trust and confidence issues, both nationally and locally. And in that regard, Mr. President has to wield in his hammer to ensure that a lot of issues, even activities of that ministry, most especially that has to do with social services net support, are suspended, not completely wiped out, no, suspended. And Mr. President, I have seen that seriousness and how far we are focusing as a ministry has lifted all the bans, and also social activities that have been supervised and then championed by National Social Investment Program Agency will now come into being. Empower, conditional cash transfer, homegrown feeding, and activities generated registered by NASCO will all come into full being, and definitely we are this thing. But the only thing that may make it quite different from where we are coming is to have a period of best evidence. When you do, if NTA conducted an advocacy campaign that should be able to say, if somebody come 3-4 years back to ask, we have done an advocacy campaign, you should be able to produce evidence. It has been done, this is reach out, and probably you must also have an evidence of M&E, how much it has impacted to the society. And that's what we are trying to reshape it so that in such a way that we can produce evidence. If I go to a market now and start giving people 10,000, 5,000, I can give 500 people. Yes, 500 is a big number, but I can multiply it to say I've given 5,000 people. Because the system has designed it in such a way, I cannot prove to you whether it is done or not. You understand? So for now, we are going to, even whatever we are going to do, we must have at least a digital identity that will enable us to know that this thing. What are those digital identity? People must be registered with their NIN number. They must have also their VVN number, and they must also have an account number. And they must also have a telephone number that you can easily verify. So that if you come to the ministry or you go to the NSPA office, they say, oh, you have done an empowerment 5 days ago. How many people? These are the many people, and this is the parameters you can dictate. We are also aware that there are a lot of challenges. And what are all sorts of challenges? Some areas are hard to reach, and some areas are also difficult to listen. But most banks have a facility now that even in your own room, you can open an account. So we are going to leverage that, and we are working along, reaching out to people elected in position like from ward to the National Assembly and even Nigerian government forums, so that we can all work together to ensure that in the next few weeks to months to come, many people are captured to have their digital identity. I know we also had the problems with the register we had before. A lot of people shows concern, even the NTA, sometimes when the people are debating whether asking you, have you seen them people coming to enumerate in your society? So people doubt it a lot. Yes. And now what we are doing is to see, of the 15 million we have, only the first tranches in terms of the social intervention they are supposed to be. The first one, 15, about 5 million has gotten, but when it comes to third time, the second and third tranches, that could not do because there is not really verifiable evidence. So what we are working now, we are working right now with the World Bank to ensure that that register is authenticated, verified, and then expanded in terms of its scope. So that we have what we say, if you go to this village, you are asking for this social person, this is what you can use to reach out to. So that in the event, I'll come here another time and say that we have reached out over 10 million Nigerians with support.
And we'll have
you may ask us where it is, and I'll be able to show you, look, go to the so area, Google, you see, and I challenge you to call any number you can have there to confirm whether it has reached him. And then if we do that, we now restore the confidence of Nigerians on the system. We also restore the confidence of international community. And as said, mentioned, social register and humanitarian intervention is a stopgap. Even those in the IDP camps that are there now, we have started. We have gone and signed an MOU with NALDA and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. We have introduced them into modern farming. I was in Plateau. I flagged up the harvesting system. The minister was in Bauchi and many other places. What is the aim of that? The aim of that is to see how we can further integrate and foster better relationship between the host committee and the IDPs in terms of giving them a land for some times, and the IDP will, together with the host committee, will farm it. We harvest it. And then, what is the sharing formula? Government will provide a lot of support. But government will now say, okay, the IDP and we take 30% of what you have harvested. The 70% is not taken by government. Government will now purchase it so that you can have cash component that you can now use in buying Maggi and many other things that you do.
All right,
and this cash component and the money will also now be used also for the addition. As soon as they get necessary skill, we migrate them out. And then and most especially, we must also realize that we must commend our security agencies. Everybody knows we have just talking about December travels. People travel from Abuja to Sokoto by road in December, and which in the last year you cannot try that. Because from Zaria to Funtua, or Funtua to Gusau, or Gusau to Sokoto is a no-go area. And but the security agencies are trying, and they have worked hard to ensure that a lot of areas now that hitherto were not accessible can now be accessed. So what is the issue now? We are also another being challenged. most people that are now intensively displaced because of our security successes. We
Right,
now need
thank
to
you,
be
thank you.
rehabilitated and also
Thank
look
you
at that.
very
So
much,
these are
sir.
some of the areas we are going to pay
Thank you
much
so
attention
much.
to
I wish we
before
had more
coming.
time, but I know that you're a friend of the house. Actually, you're part of this house, and you'll come back again to share more insights as to what you're doing. We commend you for that. Thank you very much. I wish we had more time, but unfortunately we do not. So we'll just gladly say bye-bye. For those who've been writing, we promise sincerely that we'll reply you behind the camera, so to speak. Thank you. Join us again next week. For now, we'll just say bye-bye. And prepare for your Detty December 2025, because I, too, will earn and spend at the same time.
I'm a proprietor December. Maybe we have to ask you to pay more tax. But yes, you have confessed already.
Oh my God. Okay.
Thank you.